Hendrix was an immensely important symbolic figure within the counterculture, not just because of his extraordinary musical gifts, but because he seemed to transcend so many arbitrary musical, cultural and even political barriers. He was an American who couldn't get his career launched in the States, but by coming to Britain was able to return in triumph to the States less than a year after he left. An American working in Britain, a black man working in a particular style which was identified as white, even though, you know, anybody, you know, who knows their music and their cultural history knows that it wasn't. Somebody who didn't arbitrarily join up different forms of music called pop, blues, rock and soul, but who had an instinctive understanding of the common origins of all these musics and a common destination which to which they were all pointing. And because of this, Hendrix was important to the counterculture because he was living proof that things which were designated as separate should not be separate, that they were the same thing or they were all parts of the same thing. So he was this enormously inclusive figure.
There were just so many moments with Hendrix where he would do something that just challenged, challenged everybody, the Star Spangled Banner, Machine Gun, the guitar at Monterey Pop, it's a wild thing. It's kind of funny, like after Jimi Hendrix is in a lot of ways accepted now. After he, all this time, he'd become accepted as part of the black music thing. But the community was very divided over him. And it's kind of like, because on the one hand he was appreciated because he went for freedom. He went for his freedom. And on the other hand, there was a perception of him, he was really an outsider. He was a freak.
One of the beautiful aspects of it was there was none of that back then. Hip-hop didn't exist, and at the time I was heavily into Hendrix. I mean, he was my inspiration and the music of that time. But the music of that time was just simply music. It wasn't categorized. It wasn't all lumped together in one thing the way it is now.